Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We go behind the scenes to see how chickens are hatched, as well as an insight into how you can hatch eggs in your own home. Ever wonder where chickens come from? The simplest answer would be to say that chickens come from eggs birthed by mother hens. And while that might sound simple, it leaves room for even more questions. Sometimes eggs from chickens hatch on their own. However, there are also improvised means of making this, thanks to technology and information. For those wondering how it can be done naturally and with technology, stick around till the end of the video, and all your questions will be answered. The truth is that eggs laid by mother hens can go in one of two ways. If they are unfertilized, they usually end up on your breakfast menu. However, if they're fertilized, they can lead to the next generation of chickens. Fertilized eggs aren't like the ones you buy from the grocery store. Grocery store eggs are unfertilized and obtained from hens specially raised to lay these eggs for our consumption. On the other hand, fertilized eggs hatch into chicks that are cultivated for meat production, otherwise called broiler hatching eggs. Eggs can hatch on their own to give new chicks. However, hatcheries like Cackle Hatchery, California Hatchery, Jenks Hatchery, Meyer Hatchery, and many others have found a way to hatch eggs with technology. Let's take a look at how this is done. As I've previously mentioned, female chickens or mother hens can lay eggs all by themselves, and they can lay out about 6 eggs per week. However, those eggs only become fertilized when the female chickens mate with the male chickens or roosters, and that's where baby chickens come from. The first stop for these fertilized eggs once they leave the farm is the hatchery, where these fertilized eggs are incubated, and the new chicks are hatched before they are sent to a farm to be raised for market. That said, we'll take a deep dive into each of the processes that take place in a hatchery. The first process that takes place in the hatchery is incubation. The eggs are received from different farms, and as they arrive at the hatchery, they are labeled and grouped based on their age and what farm the eggs are from. The reason for this is so that the hatchery can keep track of where the eggs are coming from and when or what age they are getting to the hatchery. Some regulations must also be followed in the hatchery, one of which governs the cleanliness of the hatchery. This regulation is important because it helps keep the incubators free of disease-causing organisms that may cause the new chicks to fall ill or result in foodborne illnesses. Once the eggs have been labeled and grouped accordingly, they are put on shelves, and the shelves are put into the very large incubators, which look like those huge fancy refrigerators that many people have in their homes. However, unlike the refrigerators, these large incubators keep the eggs warm within a specific temperature range of 99 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit and in the appropriate humidity, with a turning mechanism to ensure that the eggs are uniformly heated and the embryo doesn't stick to the side of the shell. The incubation process lasts for 21 days, after which the eggs begin to hatch. After those 21 days, the eggs are put in hatching trays, and the new chicks begin to hatch. Hello, baby chicks! The incubators, otherwise called hatchers, are then opened to reveal many new chicks who have pecked their way out of their shells. What's left of the yolk sac, which serves as food for the growing embryo during incubation, is absorbed into the chick's body and serves as its source of adequate nourishment for the first 72 hours of its life. Some hatcheries are able to hatch close to 1.3 million chicks per week. The new chicks hatch by pecking their way through the shell of the egg to break through the walls of their old homes. These newly hatched chicks are covered in wet feathers and can usually walk and see. A new chick's fluff will have bulked up to about twice its size within a few hours after it's made its way out of the shell. After the hatching of the eggs, the new chicks can be vaccinated at the hatchery to prevent them from getting any common poultry diseases. This is very similar to how humans are vaccinated as infants against common human diseases. At this point, it's time for the new chicks to leave the hatchery and head to new destinations. These chicks are subsequently transported to local farms on the same day that they hatch, where they are cultivated by farmers and cared for by veterans until they are large enough to be used for meat production. After hatching, the new chicks are manually separated from their broken shells and carefully arranged in specially designed transportation trays. Before these chicks leave the hatchery for the farms, they are thoroughly sprayed with the vaccine mist to ensure they remain healthy and free of common poultry diseases like bronchitis. You must ensure that these new chicks are kept warm and protected from drafts as they are prepared for transport. They should be carefully placed in clean and germ-free crates, devoid of any sharp edges that would injure them during the journey. Once in the germ-free and safe crate and on the sanitary climate-controlled transport truck, these chicks are ready for the trip to their new home, a farm where they will be cultivated for around 35 days until they become big broiler chickens ready to be sold to consumers. We have looked at how hatcheries hatch fertile eggs to get chicks. However, the process is slightly different if you want to do it at home. The easiest way would be to get an incubator, but there are other ways to achieve the same results. However, you will need a mother hen, preferably a Brahma or Silky breed, as they are pretty good mothers. You'll need some fake eggs to get one of the female chickens to embrace her motherly role, after which you will replace those with real fertilized eggs. You'll need to prepare a separate nest for the new mom, one that is comfortable with the straw floor, dark, silent, and safe from predators. The dark is the perfect time to replace the fake eggs with real, fertilized ones, as chickens can't see well when it's dark and usually remain calm and unaffected. It still takes about 21 days for the eggs to hatch, regardless of which method you choose. However, during the period, you will need to support the new mom, as she will be in a trance. This means that she won't eat, drink, or leave the nest, which won't help as the eggs need ventilation each day for a high success rate. To fix that, you can lift her from the nest and set her outside, where she will feed, drink, take a dirt bath, and, well, poo. This break should last about 20 to 30 minutes, 40 minutes on a hot day. And during this time, you can candle the eggs. Candling involves passing strong light through the eggs in a dark room to confirm if they are fertilized or not. Fertilized eggs show a small dark point with small spiderweb lines around them. Repeat this step after 3 to 4 days, after which you discard the unclear eggs, as they have no life and could rot, and the gases or moisture released can kill the unhatched chicks around. Would you like to try hatching eggs at home? My wife and I have been talking about getting our own hens. Leave your answer in the comments section below.